Let me find one that's like this one right here.
How do you spell it? B-E-N-T-O?
B-E-N-T-O, yeah, Bento. Okay, so this one's closed. I've already done this one. I have a potential of 1 through 5, so as they're calling me, I can identify a potential. So is this a high potential, or is this, I'm not sure.
And as you're discussing,
As I'm talking to them, yes. So I type in their name. I type, well, I don't necessarily need to put the buying method right now because I don't know how I'm going to buy it yet. But if I know it, if I know it's an obvious short sale, if I know it's going to be a cash deal, I can put that in there. I put the address in there. Okay? If I get the lead on email, then I will take a picture of it using this. Because with an iPad, I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, if you push the home button, which is the button down here at the bottom, and the on-off switch at the top at the same time, it takes a screenshot of whatever you're looking at on your iPad. Did y'all know that? So if I take this right now, and I push this and this, see how it flashed? So now when I go to the iPad, and I go into my photos, whoops, wrong one. I go into my photos, and there it is right there. That's the picture. Now later, if I wanted to, I could take that same picture, put it in here if I wanted to, that's not on a piece of paper.
Where did you get that picture from?
I just took it on this is what I was looking at on my iPad. I can actually come in here now and I can draw on it.
And before you took the picture, where was the data from?
It was just what I was looking at. It was from the application Bento.
Okay. Because you put an address in, it popped up that information.
No.
The email had it?
Like, for example, I don't want to confuse you, so let's go back. Bento is a program right here. It's an app that houses all my data. It's a database, basically what it is. So when I go into there, I add stuff. So, for example, let's take a look at this and say, okay, I want to add someone new. Let's say someone calls me, and I want to add a new one. Okay, I hit the plus, and this is a blank canvas at this point. And I come in here and say, okay, status is, this is a prospect at this point. Haven't done anything with it. So I come in and I get on the phone with them and I say, hi, this is Don, may I help you? Tell me a little bit about your house. What's your address? So on and so forth. Tell me what your name is. So we're going to just type in here, name. Okay? Then I'll put the address. Then I'll put the address in here. Now, once I put the address in here, this little circle, once I put a valid address in here, this little circle right there, all I have to do is touch that, and it'll take me right down to street level. Right from this application. Now, you'll see here that says lead, it says front, back, easy offer, that's the evaluator. So as I do it on here, I take a picture of the results of it, and then I attach it to this. I just come in here and say, okay, I can either do a voice recording. So if I'm walking around the house, I can sit here and do a voice recording, and I can say start, and I can say this house needs new vinyl siding or new hardy plank siding. It's also got some water issues at the base of the house. 3 of the windows on the outside, 2 on the front, 1 on the back, need to be replaced due to breakage, glass broken. Gutters need to be replaced. Okay, so I hit pause and I hit save. Okay, what that will do is that puts that recording right there. Okay, and if I want to play it back, I can say start, and I can say this house needs. You laughing at the phone ringing? Huh? If you have an iPad and you aren't using it like this, you have a powerhouse in the palm of your hands. You just don't know it. Okay? Now if I don't want that, I can actually get rid of that, and I can delete that. If I want to put a picture of the front of the house, I go in here, I can either capture the media or use existing media. So if I'm at the house, I simply go to the back of the house like so. Whoops. Go to the back of the house and I say, capture media. I hit use, and that puts a picture of the back of the house right in the database. Okay, same thing with the front, same thing with all the other things. Now, when I take a picture of the evaluator, for example, if I go in here and I use this evaluation tool, remember this, we went through this for that lady. That I haven't put her in my database yet. Okay? I take a snapshot of this. I simply take this and take a picture of it. So now when I'm finished, let me go back into my database, and you'll see here rental evaluator. That's what I would call that. I would go and say, I want to choose existing media. Go into my camera roll. There it is right there. And that's my evaluator. So if I want to bring it up so that I can actually look at it, I double tap on it, and there it is. Now, it's not a spreadsheet where I can go in and change stuff, but it doesn't really matter because the information is pretty much the same.
So you can go into the Excel.
I can go later into the other Excel and change it if I want, but this, so that if I make an offer to her today and she doesn't take it, and 3 weeks from now she calls me back and says, hey, do you remember me? No, not really. I've looked at 63 houses between now and then. I can pull it up based on her name and based on her status. So once we've determined what her status is up here, she's a prospect. If I go to look at it, or if I make an appointment, she becomes an appointment at that point. If I put it under contract, it goes under contract. And then what happens is over here is where they're sorted. And I have all of my leads at my fingertips without a single piece of paper. Yes, Tammy.
My head is completely spinning. How long does it take the average individual or below average individual to help this technology?
Not very long, because what we do is when you buy the system, we give you a website that has all the videos with this. Everything I'm doing right now is on a video. Okay? We also do 2 webinars a month that are help webinars. So every 2 weeks, I'm giving you a webinar where if one person is on there or 50 people are on there, doesn't matter, you call me up, we go on the webinar, and I walk you through it. And we teach you how to do it. Now, to answer your question, how long on a time frame, it all depends on your knowledge and your ability to put time into this machine. If you take it home and you play games on it, it's going to take you longer than... But if you take it home and you actually play, you can't screw it up, you can't damage it, you can't mess anything up. And all you need is this. If you can do that, I mean, you can do anything on here. Huh? When you buy my system, I told you on Wednesday, you get my personal cell phone number.
Is the webinars included in that?
The webinars are included in the $37 a month charge for the website, all the videos on the website. You'll see here in a few minutes when I get to the actual, I hate to call it a sales pitch because I'm terrible at it. But you'll see in a minute what we offer you. There's 3 offers that we make. Well, I'll tell you that right now. Huh? For the sales?
Well, for getting right to it, because my head is spinning and I just need to know what I need to do.
All right. let's get you to the,
Did we stop the timer, by the way?
do we what?
Did we stop the timer? It's still running. Called fire time?
Oh, yeah, no.
I set the timer off.
Was there two hand
I didn't do the counter either.
Okay. Here's what we offer. Here's basically what we offer.
You have this in writing, right?
It's in front of you.
This? Oh,
It's in front of you.
this is. Thank you.
Okay? If you look at this, you're going to see three things. You're going to see Mobile Real Estate Rockstar member site. And we broke these into three purchases, or three possible purchases,
But you recommend all.
for a simple reason. Some people that have had all the education in the world don't want to buy what's up on this table. They say, you know what? I already have all the education. I'm a pro at this. I just want the technology piece. I just want to learn how to use my iPad. And that's Tammy back there.
Don, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I, like you, have had a tremendous amount of education, and I've never, ever in all the years seen anything like this.
I know. I'm not even done yet. I'm not even scratched the surface. Okay? So what we've done is we've broken into three different products because of the different needs of the people in the room. Because I used to have it all under one. This whole thing, we used to sell this whole thing, everything all together, nothing was pulled out, and you basically paid $2,000. I handed you an iPad with that $2,000, and you got everything, and you paid $37 a month for the ongoing support and me teaching you how to do that. Okay, that's what you got. Well, I had people come up and say, look, I already have an iPad, or I've already got the education, I don't want all that, I just want the evaluator, I just want the website. Okay, so what we've done is we've created three things. That's why it's in front of you right there. The first one, for those of you that just want the iPad stuff and learn how to do the iPad, that's called mobilerealestaterockstar.com. That is our website. It is a cutting-edge website for investing technology. Simple to implement, completely comprehensive, and step-by-step. When you go on there, you'll see a bunch of videos, how to. We'll teach you how to set up your email, how to do this, how to do that. Step-by-step, all done with videos that range anywhere from 3 minutes to 15 minutes. None of them are overwhelmingly long. Okay? That's the site. We give you lots of videos, turning on the device, setting it up, finding comps. We teach you how to use everything I showed you up here today. There's a video on the website to show you how to do it in depth. Okay? Now remember, there's close to 40 hours worth of information on education alone sitting on this table right here. On the website itself, under the iMaster Real Estate, the educational side of the site, there's probably hundreds of hours. Now, you're going to say, well, hell, that's too much. It's not meant to absorb and consume all at one time. It's meant to be a reference for you when you need it. And by having it all in your palm of your hand, you have access to it everywhere you go, wherever you are, if you ever have a question. There's tons of videos on there that says, hey, I want to learn how to fill out a purchase and sale agreement because I don't know how. Well, there's a video on here that says, filling out purchase and sale agreement. Okay? Hey, I want to learn how to do a purchase and sale agreement with a seller carryback financing. How do I fill that out? It's on the site. And there's a reason why we do that. Okay?
Do you have an outline for people that may be overwhelmed?
Yes, it's a quick start. We give you a 30-day quick start from day one. So when you buy today, tomorrow or Monday when you go home, when we put it in the system, you will start to get emails Monday through Friday. We don't send you emails on Saturday and Sunday. These are not sales videos. These are educational videos. These are a quick start, and it will tell you step 1 on Monday. It'll give you a video. It'll give you an email, and it'll tell you here's where you go for this to start. Step 2, day 2, this. Day 3, day 4, day 5. It's a 30-day quick start, and it walks you through the entire site, where to look for everything so that you're not overwhelmed. Okay? That's the basics. That's the incredible part of this. You also have my personal cell phone number. And those of you that don't really believe that you get my personal cell phone number, when you buy today, I will sign and give you my number. You've already seen it up here. I've already put it on the screen several times. Call it and watch my phone ring. I don't do any bait and switch and run you through a whole different system. When I give you my cell phone, it's my true cell phone. Okay? I will give you big picture implementation, how it fits into your business, how it makes you money, how you create more deals, and so on and so forth. That's the website. That's for the people that don't really need the education, that just want the website for technology. Okay? Don't believe me. Here's I think, I don't know if this is on or not.
What Don has done on automating the iPad and putting the forms on it, being able to do your electronic signature.
We haven't even shown you that yet.
iPad technology just blows me away. The fact that it's just so easy and everything is right there in this little portable iPad. No file to lug around, no big bags to lug around. That you can look up other properties from the car, look up comps and things like that. It's just amazing. The minute I saw it, I said, I have to have it.
Yeah, I think it's really revolutionary. That's the main thing. It's good practical stuff, and it's something that nobody else is teaching that I know of.
Whoops, I passed him up, but he's saying more of the same thing. All right, this value was, we put this at $67 a month. It's not $67 a month, it's $37 a month. Okay, we changed that to $37 a month when I speak at live events like this. So if you go to me next week and you don't buy here today, just understand it'll be $67 a month, and it'll be well worth every penny, because there are people out there charging $97, $147 to get sites that aren't even close to what we give. Okay? So, $37 a month is what you will pay. Third thing we used to do is people used to come up to us and say, hey, I just want the evaluators. I don't really need all that stuff. I just want to learn how to evaluate. You saw that about that one evaluator we used. After lunch, we're going to talk more about the other couple evaluators, show you how beneficial they are. Okay? Those evaluators alone are worth every penny, whatever I charge you for them, because without them, you're pulling numbers out of the air. And it's not a question of if you lose money, it's a question of when. Okay? So, if you're afraid of making a deal because you might lose money, you want to buy a rental home but not sure if you'll get that return, or if you're afraid to go on an appointment, if your hands get sweaty when you go to make an offer because you're not sure, or if you avoid the offer all alone because you don't know what to make, this is it. This thing will help you negotiate. Okay? It's going to give you buy, fix, and flip, buy and hold, wholesale lease options, and sandwich lease options. And we're going to actually throw in a bonus which evaluates tenants for you. It's real simple. When we get to the other one, it's green means go, red means no. So if it's green, knock yourself out. If it's red, you better look harder. Okay? If it goes green, or when it goes green, you got a $20,000 profit. You got a desired cash flow that you want. It hits the ROI. You stay within a safe LTV, and it creates a safe win-win for everyone. Here they are. Here's what they look like. Here's all four of them. You got the buy, fix, and flip, which we'll talk about after lunch. We just went through that one. We probably won't get time to do these, but they're very, very similar in nature, but they're very specific in what type of deal you are doing. And again, don't panic, because there are tons of videos on the site that walk you through it step by step. And you have my personal cell phone number. Now, people say, do you really answer your cell phone? I give my cell phone to thousands of people across this country, and you would think that my phone would ring off the hook. Well, guess what? It does not. And there's a reason why. I don't know why. I don't know why people don't call me. The only stipulate, I honestly don't. I give it to everybody. Everybody that buys, they get my cell phone. So if you have my cell phone and you don't call and you get upset because it's not working for you, you have questions, and you're not calling, shame on you. I don't know what else to tell you. Because the only thing I ask is call me in normal business hours and have gone through some of the materials so that I'm not saying, okay, go look it up. I mean, just practice a little bit of professional courtesy and go through the material. If you have questions, call. That's what it's there for.
It's because your program is so comprehensive, they don't have any questions when they're finished.
That's generally the case. That's generally the case. When they go through it, because I say, don't call me unless you really have a pressing question if you haven't gone through the material. Because when they go through the material, they go, oh, never mind, I got it. Oh, never mind, I got it. I answer it. I don't answer everything. That's the reason I give you my phone number. Okay, here's an evaluator for tenants. I won't go spend a lot of time on here, but basically it's really simple. You basically take, anybody here do an application for a tenant right now? Who's doing applications? Everybody should be. You take the information that's on the application and you plug in their payments, whatever their payments are, all their expenses and their income. And now there's two numbers that you will have to find out for yourself from a local mortgage broker. And that's these two, front-end ratio and back-end ratio for mortgages. Okay? That's the only two numbers, and you don't even need to know what they mean. All you have to do, if you call a mortgage broker and say, what's the front-end ratio and what's the back-end ratio, they'll give you those two numbers, and you don't even need to know what they are. In fact, I'm not even going to tell you what they are because it really doesn't matter. Because the system will do it for you. It will tell you how much they can afford to pay each month. It'll tell you what their recurring debts are. And it will also tell you, are they a good candidate, red, yellow? This is red. This is the red. This is risky. It's getting close. But this is green and this is caution. Okay? It turns colors as the numbers change. So this is a person, when I put this in here, they're a good lease option candidate. It says green. Yep. Very likely to have enough down payment to qualify. Owner finance. There's two numbers right here. Projected payment, balloon in 3 to 5 years. Will they qualify? Maybe not. That's a caution. It's yellow. Projected payment, no cash out. Will they qualify? Yep. They're good to go. Put them in the house. Or retail sale. Okay? Projected payment is this. I don't know. That's pretty risky. So if you put them in the house, you don't know if they're going to be able to get a retail sale or not. So would that be helpful to know before you put them in the house whether or not you have a better chance than anything else to get them out? Of course. We sell those because they're broken into 3 pieces. We sell those for $397. Okay? Website's $37 a month. The evaluators, if you just want those, they're $397. They are not refundable because they're electronic, they're software. The minute you get them, you can't return them because I can't pull it back. So just understand, you need to evaluate them now. Yes?
Are you using some standard format that if we wanted to expand it,
Yes, they're all in Excel, actually.
they're all Excel?
Mm-hmm.
Does that tenant one, does that have like the loan prospector and the underwriting?
Doesn't all it does is the tenant thing. All it does is takes the application and gives you an idea whether they will qualify for a loan later. Just gives you a red, yellow, or green. Okay? Do they have, like, if you take an application to a mortgage broker, the first thing they're going to do is they're going to say, what's their income? Can they even afford the home? That's the front end and back end ratios. Okay? They're going to say, can they afford it?
So it's
Okay.
not a tenant, it's for a buyer then?
It could be for either. It could be for either. Okay?
You're usually only going to get DU for a loan officer, which is desktop underwriting. I mean, you're not going to get
Right.
those types of programs unless you're...
Yeah, you're not going to get an actual underwriter program because there's too many things that go into it. But what most mortgage brokers are going to look for is, can they afford it? Can they even make the payment based on their income and their expenses? That's where the income, debt-to-income ratio, front end and back end come in. And number 2, then they're going to run a credit check. Will they pass the credit check? Okay? Well, the reason I developed this whole thing was because I was sending people to a mortgage broker, and half of what I was wasting his time on was they didn't even meet the income ratio. That's the first hurdle they have to meet. If they can't even meet the debt-to-income ratio, there's no sense running their credit and digging their credit because it won't matter. Does that make sense? So we put different ratios in for lease purchase, owner finance, and retail. Because we know someone has a bump or a bruise on their credit, it may not, they may qualify, but not today. So we have little different formulas in there. Okay? It's not, I mean, it's not the key to the city, but it will help you. So then we decided we're going to give an all-in-one package. We call this the Get Her Done. And basically what I like to say is it's not theory-based. You got a lot of educational material. You've got, I've been doing this education part since 2001. I've been investing since 1997. So all of my knowledge and everything has gone into this. It's not theory-based. We put you behind the scenes. We tell you everything you need to know, when to do it. We call this Get Her Done. And basically, it's for mobile real estate investors. If you notice, I do everything mobile. And the age-old saying, the early bird gets the worm. Well, in my case, the most efficient bird gets the worm. Because I can get there fastest. In this business, in this economy, speed matters. Speed, the implementation, the speed of implementation, and the faster you get to deals and are able to evaluate them, that's what matters. Okay? We'll give you the exact strategies, positive recurring, no maintenance, no management, and no money out of your pocket, which we'll talk about. Okay? Here's the website. This is the educational side. You got the iMaster Real Estate site. That's the website. When we leave here, I'll get your information. I'll go home. I'll plug your information in. I'll give you a username and ID password. You'll access everything from the site. So you will know. You don't get this walking out of here. This is antiquated. Because here's the problem with buying people that have books and tapes. I used to be a short sale guru. I don't claim to be a short sale guru anymore because guess what? I used to update this stuff constantly. And we went through a period there where everything was changing for short sales. I was updating every month. Well, I don't want to have to do that. So what I do is most people are online now anyways. Okay? And it would be hypocritical for me to say I'm a mobile real estate and I'm paperless if I shackle you with, volumes of paperwork. So, and it's easier at your fingertips. When do you need it? If you take this home today and you leaf through it, listen to a few videos, and stick this on the shelf, what do you think the chances of you pulling this off the shelf again are?
0.
0. Or pretty close. Okay? But if it's on your iPad, the chances of you referring to it and using it as a reference material, going to the site and saying, okay, I need to know how to do this. I need to know how to do a purchase and sale agreement. I need to know how. You can go on all of these books, like each one of these books, they're on ebooks. They're on iBooks here. So you can take them, they're just a book inside the iPad. It's like a Kindle book. They're all at your fingertips. Okay? It's digital. Everything is digital. Let me show you real quick. Whoops. What I'm talking about.
So then when our boyfriend or our husband wants to go shopping, we can sit down and say, go ahead and
Absolutely.
shop, and I'll sit right here.
Absolutely. Okay, if I go to my library, for example, you'll see I have tons of books in here. Okay? Where's mine? Here's one. Building Wealth with Real Estate. That is this book right here. I wanted to read that book. I could pull that book up right here. And I can read through that. The nice thing about a book on here is I could take my finger and I could highlight that if I wanted to. I could highlight the whole paragraph if I wanted to. If I didn't know what that word meant, whoops, I could hit define and it'll give me the definition. This is any book, really. If I wanted to search, let's pull the word money. Okay? If I wanted to search the rest of the book for that reference. Let's say I had a specific question on something. Everywhere I mention the word money is in this book. If I didn't find it, or if I couldn't find that reference, I can go down and I can search the web and I can search Wikipedia right at my fingertips. So how many people are using their iPad like that? Okay? So I can take notes. You'll see there's a note in the margin. So if I wanted to put a note in the margin, I just simply tap that, type note, and then just start typing. Now when I'm done, I can go back here and I can find all my notes. Those are all the notes that I took. If I wanted that note, I could go tap on it and it pulls me right to where that note was. That's the benefit of having everything at your fingertips so that I don't have to search for this, okay? Everything in my material is in these books. Because what we've done is I've taken this thing, and please understand, everybody learns differently. Some people like to read, some people like to listen, some people like to watch videos. Okay? We've incorporated all of that into our site. If you're a reader and you like to read and you prefer that, they're all here for you. If you would like to watch a video, they're all on the site. You can put them directly on your iPad. You can keep them off your iPad if you want. All your forms, for example, all your forms will download straight to the iPad from here. These are all my forms. Every form that you could possibly imagine. Any form that's on the site. You want a building wealth form and that material? There they are. There's all of them. You want to learn how to do a trust? There it is. There's videos on the site. You can learn how to do a declaration of trust agreement. If you want to put a property into a land trust, go watch the video. We'll walk you through the paperwork step by step. Okay? Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah. And the documents are there?
Documents are all there. So, well, let me go back. So if I go in here and let's say I want a purchase and sale agreement. All right. Maybe not.
Must be lunchtime.
How do you fire this? How do you print a document from there?
How do you print the document in here? Well, first off, why would you?
How do you need, what about notaries? You need to notarize something.
The hell is weird, yeah. The gremlins have come.
Say that again?
If you need to notarize something, that has to be printed.
If you have to notarize something, yes. There's apps that you can use as printers. There's one called WePrint. There's a couple others that you can just print right from here. Just like a regular laptop.
Tammy, you need some?
I don't know what happened. I guess it's telling me, shut up and send them to lunch. All right. Anyways, we'll get through this. Everything in here is $697. That includes the easy offer makers, all the evaluators, that includes all this education, the websites, everything. Everything on this sheet of paper right here is $697, and you get you get the first month's $37 for free. You get it included. Okay? The real value in all of this is going to be the website that you pay $37 a month for. You don't have to keep it if you don't want. Check it out, go through it. But I'm going to tell you, I've been doing this now for about a year, and I can count on one hand the number of people that we've had to turn it off and say, I'm done, I don't want it. Because they're high quality videos, they're very informative, it's no sales. Generally speaking, you will never hear from me as far as sales to buy, the next level, the next this, the next that. You won't hear from me to do that. This includes a boot camp for 2 people. It's a $5,000 boot camp per person. It's $497. It's 5 days. Usually it's 5 days. Sometimes we do them 4 days. That includes you and a friend. Once you come to the first one, you can come to them all for free. You don't have to come to any of them. You can come to as many as you want. There's no time limit on them. It comes with a lot of other bonuses, which I'll show you after lunch. But they're all on here if you want to read through them.
That's included in the $697, the boot camp?
Yep.
The $697, does that include the evaluator?
Yep. $697 includes everything.
Both sides.
That price, and this is what people are like, something's got to be wrong. There's got to be something missing. Because it's digital, folks, I don't have expense to do this. Okay? Because I don't have expense, there's an enormous amount of expense with me producing these, carrying these, damage, you name it. Okay? I want to make it very simple for you to learn and to excel. Remember that challenge I gave at the beginning. I want 500 people to stand up and say, hey, Don made me $250,000 in 12 months. That's my challenge. That's the challenge I've put out there. That's what I want. Everything on this paper right here is included in that $697 plus my phone number. So, if you want the individuals, if you just want the website, that's $37 a month. If you just want the evaluators, that's $397. Or if you want it all, $697. That make sense?
Plus $37 a month.
Plus $37. You get the first month free, and that's $37 a month.
Makes
Plus all the
sense.
webinars that we do at least 2 to 3 a month. Generally, we're probably going to do, on average, 2. And one of those will be a website, or one of those will be a general help, and one of them might be, I'm going to give you a bunch of new apps. You know, so if we have 3 or 4 sometimes, I'll do 2 help sessions, and I'll do 2, if there's a bunch of new apps that came out that I want to get out to you guys, I'll put that out there, and and if you can't listen to the website or the webinar for whatever reason, we record every one of them when we put them up on the site. Everything I do from this point forward, unless it's a brand new course that I haven't even created yet, everything's included. I don't come back to you and say, oh, and by the way, the next level of my service is X. That's not me. I don't have time for that. Okay? I am an investor first and foremost, and I'm an educator, so I don't have time